In this moment, we see a doctor's humor and woes. She brought bad news. The supplies are as low as my wallet. An old man broke his wrist and had no bandages, so he used his belt. But with a supply room at the hospital, Patch decided it was showtime for Truman. He laid Truman on the bed, covered her with a sheet. A bandage dropped. The nurse saw through their acting. The nurse didn't call them out. In this very moment, Patch missed seeing Caroline one last time as she received a phone call at home. It was Ryder on the line, wanting to chat with Caroline. Though nervous about Ryder's intentions, she bravely headed to his place. Caroline's kindness made her a permanent resident in Patch's memory. The next morning, Patch got the dreaded call from the hospital. At first, he thought his plan was at risk. Truman knew the scoop but couldn't spell it. Finally, the principal broke the tragic news about Caroline. Ryder shot Caroline in the heart before taking himself out, and in that instant, the light in Patch's eyes was snuffed out, leaving nothing but emptiness. He wondered if his medical philosophy caused Caroline's death. At the funeral, he hid behind a tree, afraid to approach. It wasn't until the crowd dispersed that he gathered the courage to approach the casket and read the heartfelt letter he had prepared. Grief hit like a tidal wave. Optimistic Patch burst into tears. And like that, Patch's life turned into a ship lost at sea. Extreme emptiness led him to abandon the hospital, leaving Truman utterly confused by his actions. Ironically, he first proposed the idea, but now wants to quit first. To Truman, Patch's willfulness seemed cruel, having given patients hope. Yet, in the end, he personally pushed them into the abyss of despair, and Patch had been constantly blaming himself. He thought, if it weren't for him, Caroline wouldn't be in such a predicament. He tossed all his hospital hopes into the trash. Just then, Mickey popped in, telling him to stop slumping around. He shared a tale about the needle-loving granny, who now wouldn't eat anything, so her fans simply followed suit. Repeatedly. Mickey was adamant about visiting her daily. He believed only his magical doctor skills could save her. But he was wrong. There's one ailment that's untreatable. Love, and Patch was the only one capable of curing that. He knew how to connect with people, and every patient adored him. Mickey wanted Patch back, hoping to learn a thing or two. Patch was unimpressed, leaving only his figure behind, standing on the cliff, fearful of Caroline's loneliness. He was ready to follow Caroline's lead, about to jump when a beautiful butterfly landed on his briefcase, reminding him of what Caroline had said that night. She wished to be a butterfly, wandering every corner of the earth. When it landed on Patch, he knew it was Caroline. She was telling him to never doubt love and kindness. He gazed deeply as the butterfly soared higher and higher until Patch regained control of his life, returning to the hospital with Truman and Mickey helping out. The old lady was wheeled out, and in front of him was a noodle Nirvana. He swiftly placed noodles on Patch's head, and onlookers applauded the celebration. With leaves swirling in October's winds, life is as good as the first encounter. Time will certainly bring what's due. But happiness can be fleeting. Tragedy struck unexpectedly when Patch received the expulsion notice. Fuming as he stormed into the principal's office. Subtitles, he demanded why. It was for challenging authority, ignoring the principal's pride. Furious, Patch took the file. The caption on the document indicated that the reason for his expulsion was that he was too speedy in pursuing his dream of becoming a doctor. Patch sought out Mickey, who advised him to appeal to the union, as the hospital would investigate due to the lawsuit, eventually noticing his stellar performance. And just like that, Patch sued the hospital. The judge accused him of practicing medicine without a license. Before answering, he wanted to know how the judge defined treatment. The judge shot back with, "Are you treating patients?" Patch stayed calm, responding, "Doctors and patients are equals. No job is superior. Life shouldn't be feared. We desire equality in doctor-patient dynamics. As long as life develops, it's worth fighting for." This segment is repeated. The segment of content is corrupted and unreadable. He advocated communication to everyone, stressing not to rely on books to save a patient, but to engage with strangers and befriend nurses. Compassionate professors agreed. Patch aimed to be a doctor for himself, patients, and Caroline. Even if he lost the lawsuit, he'd still be the best doctor in the world because no one could stop him from learning. Even seen as a thorn, the head dig deeper. Then Truman burst in, not alone following. There were children battling leukemia and others heads saved, and the kids brought along a rubber ball. Perhaps their lives were clownishly funny, but they also flourished like weeds, their eyes filled with gratitude. Patch's despair transformed into joy. In the end, the judge ruled in favor of not blocking Patch's education. The arena erupted with thunderous applause as Patch glimpsed the light of a bright future during this trial. This was just the beginning. At graduation, Patch finally graduated, leaving behind a whirlwind of joy at the school. He steps off stage into a new realm of healing. Subscribe for more thrilling content.